All right. All right. Microphone checker 1 2 1 2. Night Brother Show live in effect. If y'all out there, let us know you're out there. Let us somebody say something on Facebook so we can see.
Man, good to see you guys again. Good to see you again. One more time again.
Be seen.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We back like we never left.
Yes,
How's
sir.
everybody doing?
Don't call it a comeback. We never left.
We've been here for years.
And one of y'all might got your speaker on, give them a little feedback. If that's the case, turn your speaker down just a little bit so we can be good to go.
We good. That might have been me. We good.
Okay.
Check 1 2 1 2.
As you
All
come
right.
on board, say hello so we know
Oh,
you're there.
yeah.
Give us a type in hello so we know you're there.
Bro, peace and love. Good evening.
That's what's up. All right, family. We see y'all out there. That's good. Look, we got a lot to cover tonight. We're excited. We got 5 out of the 6 tonight. Our good brother Roger Parker is not here tonight, but we want all of y'all to keep him in prayer. We're going to tell you a little bit about that later on into the show. And but we're going to kick it off, Q, to get this thing popping. All right.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Do it.
Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show come to you every Tuesday night right here on Facebook Live. Who we got out there? We got people talking. Who we got out there, Q? Who we got out
Jenkins
there?
in the house.
You got Joanne
Sophia
Jenkins in the
Lee
building.
In the house. Linda Tongue.
Let me see.
Nick, Rosie, Judith Grant.
Kim Marie
Welcome,
Walker,
welcome, everybody.
Sophia Lee,
Yeah.
Rosie Grant. Who else we got, Q?
We got Linda Tongue in the house. We got Margaret Nick in the house. Hey, our number one star. We got Joanne Jenkins in the house. What's up, Joe?
Uh-oh.
My girl. So
Danny
glad to
not
have
a
y'all
rep.
with us.
Danny not a repping.
Danny Miller from Cali.
All the way from Cali.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
it's good to be back.
Darlene Collins.
Let me see who else in the comments. Darlene Collins,
What's up, Darlene? What's up, beautiful?
Lisa Crockett. What's up?
My girl,
Me.
Charlene. What's up, Charlene? Man,
Margaret
I'm so
Nick.
glad.
Margaret Nick.
Thanks for those prayers, bro.
Love some Margaret Nick, man. Thank you, Margaret.
Yes, sir.
That's the number one stunner right there. Margaret Nick.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for those prayers. Definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate you for the prayers for Roger. Appreciate the prayers for Roger, Landon. No question about it. Thank you so much for that.
Prayers out to the brother.
Absolutely. So we're
Yes,
going
Lee
to.
Curtis Adams.
Hello, Charlene.
Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show coming to you every Tuesday.
Live and direct. Live.
And live and direct, as my brother said, we're here because you know what? This is where healthy is the new sexy. The Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show, 8 o'clock. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And shall we proceed and give you what you need? Definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Got my
Yes,
brothers in the
indeed.
building. Yes, I. So enough respect because all the videos, songs, music, intervention, and graphics used in this video belong to their respective owners. I know this channel does not claim any rights over them at all. This is the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. This is our legal disclaimer. Let's rock and roll, guys. Since we got that out the way, we got a wonderful show for you tonight. Q, can you, oh, my phone, excuse me, P. Can you let them know what's up?
Oh yeah. What's going on, family? You know, we just like to let everybody know, you know, every Tuesday when we come live, you know, you can join us in the live chat. You know, we'd love to hear from you. If you got any questions, any concerns, anything that, you know, about health, fitness, anything, you know, please feel free, you know, do your thing, put it out there so we can get to you, okay? We also have a new thing going on with my cousin, Roger. We got a little, you know, celebration or for him. You know, just want to, you know, let everybody know that, you know, we had a rough situation, and, you know, we're praying for him and his family, and, you know, my condolences, and, you know, the condolences of everybody in the show. We all working together. Hopefully we can, you know, help this brother get through this situation that he's in. All right, so, you, Lenny.
Hey, Pierre, thank you, man. Condolences to you too, because that's your cuz. You know, Roger lost his father, and you know how we are as a family. Darlene, thank you for your prayers, and everybody that's throwing some up on the screen. Give the brother a shout out, the family a shout out. Definitely send the prayers out. So, you know how we do it, family. Hey, Kyra, what's up?
What's up, girl?
Definitely Cheryl. Big up Cheryl for the prayers for Roger. So look, family, we put something together. So just our way of saying we love the brother, we love the family, and prayers for the life of one Mr. Roger Parker Sr.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon, yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always gonna hurt. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. How do I breathe without you? I'm feeling so cold. I'll be waiting right here for you till the day you're home. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. So let the light guide your way. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. When I see you again, see you again. When I see you again.
That was beautiful. Wow.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, man.
All right, y'all. Hard to kind of pick it up after that, but
Yes, sir. Man.
we love that brother.
Place to go is to the bartender.
We love
And
the
we right here,
family.
bartender.
We love the brother.
Hey man, well, you did had to take a minute that time, but hey Lenny, wonderful tribute, man. A wonderful man,
Beautiful.
wonderful family, and guys, we appreciate all the shout of love and encouragement to Roger in his absence, and I'm sure he's going to see this and hear about it. And that's our brother. We love him, and we love his family.
Yes,
We love
sir.
Mr. Parker. But listen, guys, we got some tasty beverages on tap tonight. We got a great show on tap. We already started, and we're going to cover a lot of things tonight. And we're so glad to have you with us. You guys are so loyal and always here every week, and we love you. No question about it. We love you. All right, Lenny, so let them know what we got on tap tonight. First beverage we have on tap tonight, first tasty beverage at that, is our Socially Speaking segment. And we want to touch on something. We want you guys' opinion on this as well. What do you consider a major or a minor holiday? And do you actually participate in celebrations? And we're going to break that down shortly, very, very short. We'll talk about all the holidays. And as drink number 2 is going to be, we're going to talk about something that a lot of people just have a tendency to overlook. And that's in our feature segment, about water. And what would happen, what would be the results if you drank only water as your beverage for 30 days? No beer, no soda, just water. We're going to talk about the effects of that.
The bartender ain't serving no beer. The bartender serving water.
Yeah.
High quality water, brother. High quality water. High quality.
And then finally, in our third segment, the 2-week results from the bread will make you spread challenge. We want to find out how some of you did and how some of you may have struggled. And it's okay if you struggle, no problem. But we just want to hear about it. So back to you, Lenny.
Okay, cool. Oh man. All right, y'all know what time it is. We're going to make this a habit. We're going to do Socially Speaking and Child Please. Once again, on the same show, we breaking all the rules when we got Kenny Ellis on the show, baby.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. So, Kenny, we're going to talk about these holidays. And thank y'all for the tribute and shout out to Roger Parker. What a beautiful thing. And Mr. Parker. Roger was named after his father, too. Roger L. Parker Jr., so his father, y'all know his name. Roger L. Parker Sr., great man. Man, I used to look up to him, man. He was the only cat, Q, and I'm going to go to this next segment. I got to say this about Mr. Parker. He was the only cat that was like 60-something years old. I used to see him just like you, Q. He was walking all through Annapolis, jogging and exercising and everything.
Hey, you know, the little secret, I still got pictures on the wall that he made for me. They're still hanging on my wall right now, the pictures that he gave me, that he created for me.
Wow.
And I'll let him stay there as a continue to be a tribute to him.
Amen,
Wow.
amen, amen.
Hey, Melody Butler, what's going on?
Hey, Mel.
Shout out to Armand Wallace too.
Come
What up,
on, bro.
Armand? We got to talk after the show. We got to
Appreciate
talk.
Yeah, Armand, we got a spot for you. We need you on the show a little bit more frequently. We're gonna talk about that. But anyway, let's go jump to our segment. So, what do you consider a major holiday in your world, y'all? Like Juneteenth, Memorial Day. One of my favorites is St. Patrick's. That's my birthday.
That's because it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Because it's your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big holiday to me, Pierre, you know what I'm saying? but what do you consider a major or a minor? And how does this determine how you celebrate those days? How do you go in, Pierre? You know what I'm saying? Some people go all in. So we want to take a look at them. And we're doing it big, y'all. We creating our own videos, so we got our own PR department. So this next video you seen, we created. So check it out.
Ever wondered why some holidays are major due to their cultural or religious significance, while others are minor due to their commercial nature? Some are legal holidays and others are not. Let's take a funny look at some of America's holidays. These are those special days where we laugh, feast, drink, and make memories. But why do we celebrate these specific days? And why are some considered major and others are minor? Let's take a closer look and find out. New Year's Day, the first major holiday, starting the year off with a bang and a headache. Here's to another 365 chances to make things right or make a great sounding excuse for trying something crazy.
Valentine's Day, some say it's a minor holiday except for the lovers at heart. Love is in the air and chocolates are on sale. Cupid's arrow has never tasted so sweet, especially if they hit the target just where you wanted.
St. Patrick's Day, how can this be minor when wearing green and pretending to be Irish for a day? Any reason to drink green beer before noon sounds like a good enough reason for most.
Easter, a major religion celebrated from the Vatican by the masses, but somehow Easter bunny rabbits and chocolate eggs are celebrated after religious ceremonies. Wow, go figure that. It's like a sugar-filled early Sunday rising spiritual experience with chocolate reward for going to church. I got 5 on it. May the 5th, that is, Cinco de Mayo, an excuse to party and drink margaritas like there's no mañana.
Memorial Day is most certainly a major day to remembering the brave and honor our soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice. What better way to do that? On this day we lay a wreath, raise the flag, grill the burgers, and officially start the summer season. Let the good times roll.
On the 4th of July, we celebrate another major holiday called Independence Day. Parades, fireworks, baseball, freedom, burgers, hot dogs, and more. Happy birthday to the good old USA.
Labor Day, the end of summer and a traditional bummer for kids as the classes begins when the school bell rings.
Halloween might be minor for some people, but it's a major holiday for kids across America. Dressing up in gory costumes, getting scared, and collecting free candy. It's like a sugar high dressed as a nightmare.
Thanksgiving, a major day for feasting, gathering with family, eating until you pass out, and watching football. Especially if the Cowboys, do I dare say, win? Anyway, I digress. Christmas is one of the largest major holidays celebrated worldwide. A time for giving, receiving, and spreading holiday love and cheer. Making calls, shop the malls, deck the halls, drink it all and have a ball, nothing quite like Christmas.
And there you have it, folks, the holidays explained with a touch of humor. Some are major while others are minor, but all are meant for you to enjoy. So, go forth and celebrate, feast, and make memories.
All right, y'all, let's talk about the holidays. Talk about the holidays.
Yes, sir.
Another
It was a major one for you.
Another great video.
I don't know how the Cowboys got thrown into this, but okay, that's what we're doing. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we created the video. That wasn't the YouTube one. We created it. That's how the Cowboys got in there. You know what I mean? Cowboys
okay,
major.
man.
Cowboys major, baby. They're
Always
major.
play on a holiday.
Okay,
Always
man.
play on a holiday.
Okay.
All right, so look, let's talk about it. Kenny, we're going to come your way. Holidays, baby. Talk to us. In your opinion,
Hey, Tanya, baby.
should any other holidays be considered major? You know the major ones like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. What other holidays like do you think should be considered major? But that's a minor holiday anyway.
First of all, to me, a major holiday is a holiday I get paid for. I ain't trying to sell facetious, but Martin Luther King Day should get more recognition than it gets, and it should be a paid day off, a paid holiday. I mean, I always thought that. I just found out this Martin Luther King Day that my company I work with doesn't pay for Martin Luther King Day. So Martin Luther King Day should definitely be more recognized and a paid holiday off for us.
I hear you, brother. I like what Autumn is saying too. Juneteenth. Big shout out, Autumn.
That's her birthday. That's why she said that.
Oh, that's her birthday.
Yeah.
Between Autumn and Lenny, you know what I'm saying? They picking their birthdays.
Q, pick up number 2.
Yeah.
Minor made holidays. What do you think that most people find it necessary to celebrate, and why so? In your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, a minor holiday, what's considered a minor holiday, and the only reason I call it that because we don't normally receive that day off. But if you think about it, Valentine's is considered a minor holiday. But it's significant in that if you don't go along with the flow and the program and take care of that significant, you might not get no goodies later. So people celebrate Valentine's. There's a lot of people going out for dinner. There's a lot of gift exchanges and things of that nature. So Valentine's is a minor holiday that I don't think most people find necessary to celebrate. But there are others, but Valentine's is one that jumps out at me directly.
I feel you on it. Pierre, coming your way, brother. Talk to me about this, Pierre. Cinco de Mayo. I swear, when I was a kid, I ain't never heard of no damn Cinco de Mayo. But it's a Hispanic Heritage Day. You think America is just another marketing opportunity to make money, and that's why this holiday became so popular? Or what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I kind of agree with Q a little earlier when he was saying that, every ethnic group is trying to work their way into having their holiday. And so, I guess Cinco de Mayo is no different. It's their Independence Day, and a good excuse to drink a whole lot of margaritas or whatever they do. I don't know. I'm with you, Lenny. I mean, I didn't know anything about this probably till about 5 or 6 years ago. Somebody said something about it, and it seems to be growing in popularity, and everybody, I look at it like this. Everybody needs an excuse or a reason to drink and party and have a good time. So I think that's what all of these holidays are about. But but you also got to look at the funds that go with that too. So is it money motivated, or is it real serious? I don't know. I mean, Cinco de Mayo to Hispanics, I think it's something that they really appreciate and glad to have.
No doubt.
I mean, I don't really celebrate it, but if somebody that I knew would say, "Hey, come and celebrate with us," I sure would go.
You said a reason to party, right?
That's a reason to make some memories and have a good time. So,
Amen. Amen.
It's just how you look at it.
Cinco de Mayo is not a paid holiday, though.
Arden, what do you think of St. Patrick's Day? You know what I think of St. Patrick's Day, but what do you think about St. Patrick's Day and holidays like Halloween? Because Q was telling me these have become real adult party days where people just cut the hell loose. What you think about those two types of days?
St. Patrick's Day is definitely a adult day, because if you're drinking beer at breakfast, it's an adult thing. And that's what it's about right there. I mean, it's a celebration of their culture. I'm gonna tell you personally.
He said for breakfast. Can you say that again, Ard? For breakfast? What'd you say?
Yeah. I said, any holiday you can drink beer for breakfast, it's gonna be an adult theme there. Definitely. You know, Lenny loves this joint because it's Lenny's birthday, y'all. Shameless plug. You know, it's his birthday this week,
Everybody
y'all.
say happy
You know,
birthday
happy
to Lenny
birthday,
on
brother.
Valentine's Day.
I want to give you a happy birthday holiday right now.
Peace.
No doubt. The other reason why I like St. Patrick's Day is because I met Erica Badu on the train going to Brooklyn, in New York, right before she came out. But so that's definitely a good holiday for me. Halloween, I never really vibed with Halloween for real. I mean, as a kid, you know, I used to love to get the candy, but as an adult, I really didn't like the fact that somebody could just put a mask on and run around. I used to live in neighborhoods that you don't want to see somebody with a mask on. I don't care, especially at night. You know, and then what you tell the police? Oh, Count Dracula just robbed me, man. Which Count Dracula?
Lil Drac on the jack, huh? Said Lil Drac.
I had an issue with that part. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lil Drac on the jack.
Lil Drac on the jack. I'll be damned. Okay. Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm
Got my wife joining for the first time ever. She said February 12th was the holiday. And Tashia, I'm glad Tashia. Hold on, let me stop the show for a second. Tashia's joining us. Look where Tashia's joining us from. YouTube, fellas. So we're on YouTube. We're broadcast live on YouTube. So if you can't get on Facebook, you can get on YouTube like Tashia. So anyway.
What's up, Tashia?
You have to put a link out there for that too.
Absolutely. Who's next up? Last one for the
crowd.
Fellas, this and this for y'all audience too. Do y'all think folks like MLK Day and President's Day more than some of the other minor holidays because people actually get off from work? And I just always wanted to know, how does the government decide which days is a government holiday? Anybody know that?
That's what they
audience? Anybody know?
That's voted by Congress. It has to be passed by Congress.
It is.
Indeed.
Tanya says it's passed by
then the U.S.
tequila.
government gets paid off. Yeah. Then they get paid on that day and they get the day off. And so I think that it's a lot more that it becomes major when you get that day off a little bit more than minor. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the day off. So people can get together. They can gather. That's what makes those a little bit more possible.
And you think about MLK Day and President's Day, both of them fall on Mondays, and that gives people long weekends, so people get to do weekend getaways and all that kind of stuff. So that's why those holidays have become popular. But all holidays, all of them have become very commercialized at this point. And it's about the retail
without
industry.
question.
And they sell holidays, and it's a chance to make money. So basically, almost all holidays. Christmas.
That's exactly what
New
it
Year's
is.
Eve.
I work in retail. I've been in retail a long time, and I've seen more St. Patrick's Day this year than I've seen ever.
What? Say that first part again, Kenny.
I said I work in retail. I've been in retail a long time, and I've seen more St. Patrick's Day merchandise throughout the store than I've ever seen in 15, 16 years. For St. Patrick's Day.
Wow, how about that? You're right, because that wasn't a...
Do you have a large
back in the day, it was a little
community
section, you might get a little section, a couple of green hats and a couple of green glasses or whatever, and that was it. But now it's just all over on end caps. It's everywhere.
I wonder if Marcel Cobra got anything to do with that, brother.
You sell beer?
Oh, Lord, don't start that one, Q.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Y'all sell alcohol?
You also got to think about it.
Y'all sell alcohol, okay?
A lot of those holidays are pagan holidays. You know, if you really get into the details, you know, of where those holidays came from, a lot of them are pagan.
A lot of pagan holidays.
You know, Christmas, Easter,
Halloween.
Halloween.
Well, look, I want to thank everybody for the birthday shout outs. Thank you very much. Good segment, Q. But like I said, we're breaking records tonight because we're about to do Child Please 2 coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's what's up. It's Child Please time, y'all. Now, Child Please was started by Marty Hayes. We love him. Another brother that You
My
know,
brother, rest in peace.
always being our heart. Big shout outs to Marty, man. Was a big supporter of the show and quasi producer in the background. That used to tell us, y'all should try this out, Q. And we used to try it out. He said, I told y'all, F you mean.
Yeah. He's talking about this.
All the time.
But so Kenny took it over, and now is definitely a co-host on the show. So Kenny picked this week. Kenny, why don't you take it over from here and tell him about Tennessee Representative Paul Sherrill?
This next child plays is about Tennessee Representative Paul Sherrill. He was attending a meeting in Tennessee about okay. Let me start from the beginning. This is Tennessee State Representative Paul Sherrill. Last week, he was involved in a Tennessee State Criminal Justice Committee meeting. During his opportunity to speak, he wanted to introduce an additional amendment to the bill where he was trying to what the bill was for trying to reinstate, check this out, death by firing squad.
Oh my God.
So
Insane.
he wanted to add the list of options to this of hanging by a tree. I take your silence as like you saying what? Hanging by a tree. You heard it right.
Insane.
What the hell is
man.
going on?
Insane.
He since recanted his story and saying that his comments were exaggerated and blown out of context, whatever. No, bro. You said it. And if that wasn't enough, it's not like you were in a regular, this is like an oxymoron, but if it wasn't like you were in a regular meeting about the death penalty, talking about all the time it takes for someone to be executed and all that. They were talking about bringing back the firing squad anyway. So you threw this in. This was like nothing. There hasn't been a firing squad murder in Tennessee since 1913. We in 1923. We're in 2023. Here's the first question, but before we even see the video. Is it me, or does it seem like we're going back to medieval times? Back to you, Denny. Show them the video so they can check this out.
I'm definitely going to show it, Kenny. Man, we're going to find out. We're going to talk about it on the other side. All right, brother?
Yes, please.
So if y'all haven't seen, here's the story.
Thank you, Representative Powers, for bringing this. I think it's a very good idea. And I was just wondering about, could I put an amendment on that? It would include hanging by a tree.
State Representative Paul Sherrill, Republican representing Sparta, is now apologizing after comments he made Tuesday suggesting Tennessee's death row inmates be executed by hanging by a tree. Sherrill's comments took place during a House Criminal Justice Committee meeting Tuesday, discussing an amendment to a bill that would allow death row inmates to be executed with a firing squad, a method currently not allowed in Tennessee. During the meeting, Sherrill expressed support for the proposed change, saying, "Could I put an amendment on that it would include hanging by a tree, also?" This was a stunning proposal and ironically, not one lawmaker responded directly to Sherrill's comment, with other lawmakers instead continuing to question the bill's sponsor, Representative Dennis Powers, R. Jacksboro.
All right, y'all, let's talk about this this proposal, this legislative proposal in well, let's just talk about it. Let's
I got to start with, so you don't think your vote counts?
How about
Right.
that?
First of all, what they were talking about initially of bringing back the firing squad was crazy enough. And he just added right on, but let's just bring back hanging by a tree.
Yeah, he just took it to the gutter. So look, panel, we're gonna kick the questions around. And audience, when we throw the questions up, they are for you too. So feel free to answer them and we'll put your comments on the screen. But Kenny, starting with you, what do you think was the motivation behind Representative Sherrill's proposed amendments for legislation?
His motivation was just what I just said, what they were originally there talking about. They're talking about bringing back death by a firing squad.
I know.
Standing you up in front of, what's it, 6 or 8 people, putting a blindfold on you, and it just light your ass up. Excuse my French. That's what they were talking about. So him throwing this in was basically nothing. It's just the same. We're going to hang you. We're going to shoot you. We're going to take it back to medieval times. We're going to take it back to where we want this to be. Make America great again. This what this is. This is their definition of it right here.
And just so willingly to say it so openly, just like wasn't nothing wrong with it. It's amazing. Arden, coming your way, brother. What can be done to prevent similar situations from happening again and possibly starting a trend in other states? Because they did the same thing with taking the rights of women for abortion, and that stuff just start catching fire to the next state and the next state. Talk to us, brother. What can we do to prevent this from happening?
Grassroots. All of politics is power, is local. So literally, we have to engage in the political atmosphere out here. If you don't, you see, when everybody gets in the room and you don't have anybody in the room with any common sense, ideas like this get pushed forward. How in the hell do you even get to a committee that says that they want to kill people by firing squad? Now, to digress, how many people, what's the ratio of people on death row? And where is that? Tennessee? Where was that at?
That was in Tennessee. Tennessee.
What ratio do you think of people are on death row at that point? So to kill people by firing squad and by hanging is I mean, it's disrespectful to the people. Now, how many times do you have people that are misaccused? When DNA evidence, they had to let out thousands of people.
No
so
doubt.
what happens if they got hung prior to that, or they got shot prior to that? It's just asinine, man. And if we don't get out here, exactly. If we don't get out here and start voting and start taking over, local politics, and get out there in the street, it's going to be a problem. It's not, it's not going the right direction. It's like everybody's racing to the bottom.
Oh, good point, Arden. Great point. Q, I'm coming your way. Excellent point, though, Arden. Racing to the bottom. I like that phrase. Q, how does this reflect on the state of Tennessee's criminal justice system, considering hearing such a far-fetched proposal in a body of legislation, man? I mean, talk about Tennessee for a second, brother.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the criminal justice system there and for the state as a whole. But I want to go back to something Arden talked about, which is something we're going to cover more in depth next week when we talk about voting. But it also speaks to the voters in the state of Tennessee. How do you vote people into office with a mindset like that, with racist tendencies, who have that kind of thinking in their mind? How do you even vote them into office? That speaks volumes about the state of Tennessee, because it tells me they're thinking much match a lot of his. And then two, like Arden talked about, we get out and vote, and we're going to talk about this next week when Carl Snowden is our special guest and Melissa Klink. Until we get out and vote, nothing will change. Our voices need to be heard. That's all I have to say about this.
Yep. Big shout out to the comments coming in. Excellent. Our audience is on point. Angela Dwyer wants to send shout outs to Command Sergeant Major Parker family. Thank you, Angela, for chiming in on that. Pamela Smith, one more real fast, and I'm gonna come to you, Pierre. Pamela Smith says, until something happens to their family. Oh, yes. I ain't even got to read the rest of it. I ain't even got to read the rest of it. Don't need to read the rest of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whew, boy. Powerful.
That's true.
Pierre, coming your way, brother. Pick it up for us.
Yeah.
What should happen to this dude? What should happen to this dude?
Man, he needs to be put on the firing squad. First. You ask me what I think, that's what I think. What you put out, what comes back to you. And I agree 100% with Arden, But we got to understand right now we're in a battle between good and evil. And evil is taking its last stand, and it does not care about what the consequences are. They're just doing whatever they can to slow down the progress of us trying to create a better world. And we just gotta understand that there's gonna be more of this. But what we gotta understand also is that we, the people, have the power. It's more of us than it is of them. And when you think about it, the other countries are afraid of their people. This country does not care about its people. You know, they'll do whatever they can, you know, to keep the upper hand, no matter what. There are all kinds of fear. This is just another fear tactic. And we have to stand up and be strong enough to say, hell with that, your ass is out.
Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, Pierre. And big shout outs to Cheryl. Queen also says, vote in every election, not just the major ones. Cheryl, you never spoke truer words. Truer words have never been spoken. And the last comment goes to Sister Autumn, who says, well, I'm sure Ron DeSantis has the same mindset. And you're so right. So don't think Baby Trump is just as bad. So, yep. So look, y'all, thank y'all for another child, please, that came my way by the way of courtesy of our good brother Kenny. So y'all know what to do. Everyone gotta say thank you, Kenny, or we can't go to the next segment. Oh, we got one more outstanding comment. Let me throw this up here before we roll. Robert Clark says, when we don't get involved politically, people like him get elected. Then they make these ignorant laws and proposals. Those who don't vote will be the first to complain. Psh, man.
You ain't lying. Thank you. Drop that mic right there. We can transition now.
Yeah. Next week we're going to be covering this subject. Next week, voting.
Amen. So
but before we go, give me 10 seconds, Lenny. Before we go, this happened in Tennessee. And I'm going to give you a little precursor to a child, please, that's coming up soon about an NBA player, John Morant, and what he's going through. He's also in Tennessee. You've heard him all over the radio, TV, news, and everything. You really haven't heard about this guy. I wonder why.
You planting seeds, brother. You planting seeds. All right, y'all, look, we got to jump to the next segment just so we can keep the show moving. So the feature tonight for our health section, we want to talk about drinking water. Now, the video talks about 30 days of drinking only water for your fluid intake. We're not saying just only drink water for 30 days. We don't want you to send you down that path if you're not ready for that. If you are, power to you. But, our disclaimer said we're not giving medical advice or none of that. It's entertainment value only. So what effects can this have on your body? Let's take a look at the video, and then we can kick it on the other side of that. All right.
Good stuff, though.
Channel. Then tap the bell icon to be notified on our newest videos. Here's what happens when you replace your drinks with water for 1 month. When it comes to consuming beverages, a lot of us are completely spoiled with luxury teas, coffees, sodas, and sports drinks. But as we all know, these types of drinks are not the healthiest for us. Water, on the other hand, is a liquid that we know is good for our health, yet we do not drink it nearly as often as other liquids. This is primarily because water can be bland, while a lot of other options are a lot easier. However, if you can stomach it, water is incredibly beneficial to your body as it keeps you hydrated. It flushes out toxins, reduces ailment risks, and increases your metabolic rate. Here is what happens if you choose to drink nothing but water for a month. 1. You will experience cognitive benefits. Your brain cells require more energy to work than other cells in your body, and these cells get this energy from water. When you are well hydrated, you will think better and focus easier. 2. You will remove waste buildup from your body. Not only does water aid your cells in getting proper nutrition, but it also helps flush out the body by keeping the kidney in working order. If you cannot flush out the toxins, you will have these build up, causing rapid onset of health problems. 3. You stabilize your kidney function. There is a link between having decreased kidney function and a lower metabolic rate. When the kidney cannot function properly, it cannot get rid of toxins from your body, thereby making the liver take over the process. If the liver is releasing the toxins, it isn't metabolizing stored fats, which lead to obesity and weight gain. 4. Your hair and skin will thank you. Your skin and hair cells require water to function because it keeps them hydrated. Proper hydration will leave your hair feeling stronger and thicker, and your skin will feel smooth and fresh. When you don't drink enough water, your skin will get tight and flaky, which can lead to wrinkles. 5. You will lose weight and lower your risk for certain diseases. After you have consumed nothing but water as your main beverage for 9 days, you will end up losing the same number of calories as if you had jogged for 8 kilometers a day.
Wow.
This is why you end up losing weight when you substitute in just water. You also lower your risk for hypertension, bowel cancer, and bladder conditions as your organs function better. To put this in perspective, 5 glasses of water a day lowers your risk of heart attack by 40%. Beyond this, you will end up saving a lot of money, as drinking water from your home tap is free, and if you would prefer to buy water, it's a lot cheaper than other kinds of beverages. The only thing to keep in mind is that you can overhydrate, and you will need to get a reusable water bottle, just simply because the environment will thank you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more interesting facts on the human body, subscribe to the channel.
All right, big shout out to the content creator. Q, we're gonna go your way real fast. Gonna go your way real fast on water. A lot of comments about water. This might be a video that's striking a nerve. Yes, Tashia, you can add lemon, baby, which you do. But Autumn wants to know, does ice cubes count?
Yes, they do. That's water. In a frozen form, but it's water.
As long as it's just ice. And if you got something in that ice besides just H2O, then
All right, Q, we're gonna call your way after I get Kenny back up on the screen. I'm over here technically messing up. But coming your way, Q, why don't you start off with question number 1 and just go ahead and read them and go ahead and do your thing, brother.
Yeah, water, it seems like such a simple thing to talk about drinking water, but there's so many benefits for the body for drinking water if you were just to drink water for 30 days straight, including cognitive benefits. And cognitive benefits means your mind and brain cells. And a couple of things about drinking water. Number 1, your brain, all your cells require water, but your brain cells seem to require even more. And water can help with brain function, alertness, clear thoughts, and concentration, which are all good things. We want to be able to focus. We want to be alert. So drinking water for over 30 days will help enhance that. Anything that's going to enhance that is good for your body. Now, as far as some other things, dehydration. See, dehydration is important. You don't want to get your body to be dehydrated, because when it does, a lack of water can cause that. And dehydration can lead to all kinds of problems for your body, mentally and physically. It can lead to fatigue, headaches, mood swings, and mental errors and mistakes. But it can also lead to things like cramping and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that your body can stay hydrated, that it can function properly. You don't want to have things with a lack of water affecting your kidneys and things of that nature. Always drink water. But if we try this thing of drinking water, nothing but water for 30 days, I think it could be phenomenal for our bodies.
Awesome, Q. Thank you for the information, brother. You're a scholar. You're a poet too, and didn't know it.
Didn't know.
Melody said, "I drink water, nothing else in my house." Big ups to you, Melody.
That's awesome.
that is awesome.
Miss Pamela Smith, who's also watching on YouTube. Just to let y'all know, we got 2 YouTube viewers right now, Pamela and Tashia. But that's your mom, Arden, and big shout out to Miss Smith. Arden, won't you pick up on the questions and tell them what's going on?
Well, Miss Smith got some real good water over there too. Well, she got a reverse osmosis filter that hydrogenates the water and it's alkaline. Yeah, she got high quality water. But going back to the benefits of water, water removes waste buildup, which is very important, especially with so much waste that we have to filter throughout our bodies. So doing a 30-day water fast, or not water fast, but 30-day drinking water as your fluids, big difference than water fast. but we've done that
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
It does a lot for you. It really does. Because the lack of water is related to constipation and slow stool elimination, which leads to digestive buildup in your intestines. And more importantly, it just breaks you down as a whole. All disease starts in your gut. If you constipated, you keep taking food in and you don't eliminate that food, you don't even get the nutrients of that food at that point in time. And a lot of times what builds up is I'm not even gonna go all the way down. A lot of buildup, a lot of things happen at that point in time that you don't flush out. I mean, whether that be tapeworms as such. So a lot of things could be eating the food that you're eating before you get to nutrients out of it. So how they say
deep.
what you're eating
That's
and what's
deep.
eating you is very important. But water is essential for flushing out toxins and waste through your system, but also through sweat and urine. And a lot of times, well, it's a funny thing about water and how you release it. You know, the most of your water released is through breath.
Yep.
When you exhale the moisture from your breath, you release more water that way than all other forms. But lack of hydration slows down the process. This process from occurring. And as we talked about, without release of toxins, without a release of those waste, that becomes backed up, and that your system becomes backed up, and that affects all your systems. Whether that be your lymphatic, your digestive. So it's extremely important to intake water on a regular basis.
All right,
I would
there's a
say
question.
even wake up in the morning. As soon as you wake up in the morning, get 2 cups of water in you with lemon, alkaline water if possible, but lemon will alkaline the water. Very good. She jumped right on point, Rosie. And cucumbers also really good in water.
Lisa I'm just saying a couple of these comments, like Lisa Crocker say, I eat bags and bags of ice. I don't drink water as I should. But is she still getting her hydration in that way, Arden, as well?
You really are you're still consuming water. Only thing I would say in reference to consuming a lot of ice, it actually shocks the system. Technically, if you're consuming water, your body would prefer it be consumed at a room temperature.
Okay.
It's almost like jumping into an ice cold ocean where your body will go into shock. But I would say it's better than not drinking water at all and not consuming water at all. So
True that. Arden, one more other quick question for you. Linda Tongue wants to know, can you add cucumber and strawberries? Could you help her out real fast?
Oh, without question, you could definitely, add a couple of strawberries in there, cucumbers. I would always say, spring is coming up. Take a little peppermint, plant it right beside, right near your house. Believe me, it'll be there for year after year after year. What I do, Lenny always sees me. I'll go outside, I'll clip and throw one thing, a strand of peppermint in my gallon of water, and I'm sipping on that all day. But water with peppermint, ginger, lemon, lime, slices of cucumber, all of that is really good. It's basically you're infusing your water at that point in time. And I would even say add a little ginger and cayenne, tap a little cayenne in it, just to cleanse. It definitely helps cleanse your body. But Pierre is going to carry it on for us because he's got a lot of intel connected with water. But one other.
Pierre, why are you coming up? You was finishing the thought? Go ahead.
Yeah, but there's a pocket in your back. If you have back issues, lower back issues, like with your L5, there's a pool of water that floats that L5. So if you're dehydrated, sometimes you can have lower back problems. There's pockets of water that float certain parts of our skeleton and keeps things balanced. So it's very important to be hydrated for multiple
reasons.
That's
an excellent point, Arden.
We could do a show on hydration.
I didn't know that myself. Excellent point, Arden.
Nope.
Pierre, before you get started, it was a question from the audience, and I know you know this answer, but Kyra Snowden asked, so how much water should you drink a day for 30 days? Could you tell about the body weight and the water ratio?
Well, Yeah, there's research out here, and it's all different types of information out here about how much water you should drink. You know, I think that there's a standard for what 8 ounces. 8 glasses, or whatever. That's kind of like a standard, but it depends on how much you can take in, what type of water it is, how it tastes. There's a lot of things going on with that. I'm not exactly sure what the ratio of the numbers are, but I can pretty much say I try to get as close to a gallon of water a day if I can. Even sometimes even more when I'm working out. I just keep sipping, keep sipping, keep sipping. And it just depends, you got to look at and understand that your kidneys are like a filtering system. And those are very fine filters in there. And they filter out nutrients, they filter out everything that you drink. So at some point, those filters could get clogged up, and they do. And they turn into kidney stones and all type of kidney issues. So if nothing else, just try your best to get in as much water as you can every day. That might mean getting a fancy decanter and putting your water in, and whatever you can do that makes you drink more water.
Yep.
I don't think you need to do any more than 8 ounces a day, but it just depends on the person, and depends on the size of the person, depends on what you're doing. So I just say, just try to get in as much water as you can, and make sure that you're doing water. I mean, there's water, there's flavored waters, there's all kinds of things that we can do to help to enhance the water, to make it healthier for us and all that. But there's nothing more important. I mean, you got to remember, your body is at least 70% water. So if you're trying to lose body fat, I can pretty much tell you, if you're not drinking enough water, you're not going to lose any body fat, because fat's lodged in water. And so your body is saying, hey, if you don't give me enough water, I'm not releasing this fat. But if you give me enough water, I will definitely let it go. And that's going to help your kidneys, help all the other systems in your body that program was talking about.
And it's a simple thing we're talking about tonight, folks. And Pierre, great information. And the audience, thank y'all for saying you love the information as well, like Linda Tong is just saying right now. But you're so on point, Pierre, with this information. I want to go back to a statement that Tanya Cooper made a little bit ago, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen because it kind of struck me when I saw it. She says, I'm surprised how many people don't drink water.
Don't drink water.
This country grew up on real spring water. We had a spring on our property in Arnold. And, it is amazing, Tanya, how many people don't drink water. And we got to show the habits to our kids. Armand Wallace also said add some apple cider vinegar to it because it's very tasty. And it definitely will help you out as well. Pierre, one question for you before we roll. Problems of not drinking enough water, because on a serious note, can lead to, and I think Arden alluded to it earlier, kidney stones in your urinary tract infections and others. So, from a serious health deficiency perspective, could you answer or opine on that for us real fast?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. The thing about it, guys tend to have more issues with kidney stones, than women, as far as pain and understanding that, if they can't break that kidney stone up, it's got to pass through, And so you talk about some serious pain, So, you got to understand that, soda and sugary drinks are the main culprit, and sugary snacks and stuff are the main culprit of kidney stones. And women do get kidney stones too, So I don't know the ins and outs of all of that, but I've been with some people and in the hospital, and the pain that I saw in their faces, I was like, oh, you ain't got to ever worry about me getting that. I was off of sodas after that, and from that point on, it's either tea, iced tea, or it's pretty much water. That's just it for me. Thank you,
P. And Margaret made a comment that an employer of hers drank too much water and it flooded her kidneys. The video did say something to the respect of
you can overhydrate.
Yeah, you can overhydrate. Yeah. But I would say that that's going to be a smaller percentage of folks.
Yeah, few and far between.
Most of us have the opposite problem, Kenny. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So,
Yeah, water deficient.
And your brain is 80% water. You know what I'm saying? So dehydration really affects that.
Kenny, why don't you answer the last bit of information from the video and talk about a couple points before we close out and move on to the closing segments tonight.
Well, just like the brother said, I want to touch on something that both of them said. First of all, drinking water cleanses you out, keeps you regular, and lowers your it gives you a greater chance to lose weight and lower your risk of disease. But what a lot of people may not know, you may be dehydrated before you're even thirsty.
Yes.
My doctor said that you may be dehydrated before you're even thirsty. So that's the importance of continuous use of water. Now, a lot of people may say, I just can't drink water, it's too bland. And like Lenny and Pierre and everybody said, you can put lemon in your water. But what I do, for me personally, I use lemon too. But I use 100% cranberry juice. Not the cranberry juice with all the sugar in it. 100% cranberry juice, just a splash. Just to give it enough taste to make it, to switch up a little bit from drinking plain water. And you're still getting your necessary water intake. That's, again, keeping you regular, keeping you healthy. I mean, me personally, I go to the bathroom almost the same time every day from drinking water.
That means your system is working properly, brother.
You know what? And I just want to piggyback on what Kenny said, because that's really, really powerful. What he's talking about is the cranberry. You want to get the actual real 100%, cranberry juice. That's really, really good for a lot of women with these, urinary tract infections. Any type of kidney infection. Lots of times it can actually be cured with cranberry juice.
Wow. Good point, Q. Good point. Kenny, why don't you pick up on the last, some of the studies that it talked about in the video about consuming and the risk of certain disease, heart disease, kidney stones, and the like.
Well, again, it's saying, drinking water does a lot for us health-wise, as far as heart disease, kidney stone, some forms of cancer. It removes toxins. It gives you mental clarity. Being dehydrated, you can't think. You're tired all the time. You get up in the morning, you're tired. 2 o'clock in the evening, you're tired. You're probably dehydrated. And again, you don't know it because you may not even be thirsty. And then you go grab that soda. You go try to get a soda rush, sugar rush. That's the problem. Now you're doubling what's wrong with you.
Doubling
you're multiplying this. What's wrong with you. But because you're thirsty and you're tired, well, let me get this sugar rush. You haven't had any water. Now you're drinking a Coke soda. So now you just doubled your problem.
Wifey said you can calculate the water according to your weight. You can just Google the information on YouTube. Good point, baby.
Very good point to share.
Generally, it's
interrupt.
No, we got to close out. We get going a little longer tonight, but sometimes the information is just too good. But we got to do what we got to do to get y'all the information. I want to thank the brothers. Real fast, look. We've been trying to get information about Bread Make You Spread Challenge for the last 2 weeks, but we had such great content with Boya Chew on last week and the week before that it's been hard to really get to this segment. But we started March 1st and it ends today on the bread. So we may have to revisit that again at a later date, but I hope you guys did well with it. Q, you got anything else to say about it before we move on to the next segment?
Well, I just feel like you said, we didn't give it real justice, and we will revisit this in the spring. We definitely will revisit this, guys, because we need to make a more valid and concentrated effort in regard to this, because it is a great staple if we would just eliminate bread from our systems for a while. So we'll come back.
You know what? It might even be something that you ration yourself off and you have a bread day, one day that you eat bread a week. Years ago, that was one thing that me and my family did. We had bread Tuesdays when I was in Africa. Bottom line, we didn't eat bread all week, but Tuesday we could get a sub or some bread or whatever else. And that was the deal. So find out what worked for your family and just keep that kind of focus.
But we revisit natural. I think we should revisit this all together in a couple of weeks.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, well, look, we close it out tonight, y'all. We want to thank y'all. Thank you, baby, as well for viewing tonight. First time. I've been only doing the show 3 years. You finally watched it. Thank you.
Hey, no shade, man. Just appreciation, man. Just appreciation.
She said.
Thank you.
She said that was. She said that was your birthday present. I'm just watching. I'll be damn,
Once
boy.
again,
I'll be damn.
Happy birthday on.
Yes, sir.
Lisa said thank you too to share. Great show. Thank you, Rosie, for chiming in on the comments of the show. Kyra Snowden, thank you for watching. Kim Marie Walker, just the loyal, viewers. We can't do this without y'all. Kenny, why don't you give us some closing thoughts before we get off the air tonight, brother?
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us week after week after week. We're going to keep providing you with good information. Please stay tuned, for we got some very good child pleasers, some very good socially speakings coming up to keep you informed. Thank you all so much, and we will see y'all again next week for another great show.
Amen. Pierre, won't you give us your closings real fast, brother?
Yeah, yes. I'd just like to say, I'd like to thank, the audience, and thank you guys for, continuous allowing me to be on here. It's a great honor and a privilege and a pleasure. I have been doing the no bread spread challenge, and I can pretty much tell you, my digestive system is very happy. It loves me for doing that. And after a while, it doesn't call your name. You won't even miss it. You'll see other people, you won't even want it. But you got to do it long enough to make that challenge happen for yourself. And I'll tell you, it's a great thing. So, thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Q, and Arden, we're going to just close the show out tonight. I'm just trying to get everybody's final comments on screen. Y'all so loyal, so great that, I want to give y'all some comments because it might help somebody else too. Thank you, Tanya Cooper, for joining in. I know it's challenging for you, but you join us and take the time. Joanne Jenkins, just another amazing woman. Good brother, Ronald Harris.
What's up, little brother?
Just on and on. Darlene Collins. So look, we want to close the video out tonight. We're just going to do let the tribute close us out. So we're going to play that.
And before we do that, I just want to remind everybody we have a very special show coming up next week. A special guest going to be, we're going to have one special guest. Miss Melissa Klink from Georgia is coming back to join us, and Brother Carl Snowden is going to join us. And we're going to talk about some of those tonight about getting involved in the process, the grassroots of politics and voting. All right, we just close it out.
Real quick, if anybody's looking at going to the cruise, man, jump on there now. Put your deposit down because the price is itching up. It's going up. So please check that out. I just wanted to throw that in real quick.
Good point, Ard. Good point. And my closing thoughts is I'm just gonna give the tribute to Mr. Parker, man. So, and good night, y'all, because we're not coming back after that. We're just gonna let the tribute close us out. All right.
Thank y'all. See you next week.
Peace and love.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon, yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always gonna hurt. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. breathe without you. I'm feeling so cold. I'll be waiting right here for you till the day you're home. Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on. So let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began.